Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You found yourself on Swing and a Drive. Logan and I are sitting here talking about the Blue Jays. Oh my God, this is amazing right now. What's going on? 8 wins in a row. The Blue
It
Jays just
is great.
set a home record for the most consecutive home wins on a homestand with 7 today. There's so many
Two sweeps in a
superlatives.
row.
2 sweeps in a row. Like there's so many superlatives going on right now with the Blue Jays. Today we're going to talk about exactly that. What went on when we just went 7-0 this week, and how did we do that? Well, the biggest contributors. I mean, everybody was a contributor. So we're gonna just single out a few. Obviously, we have to single out George Springer. We have to single out Addison Barger, and then we'll talk about some other parts there after that. So let's go with George Springer, Logan. He's sitting with 28 at bats this week, 12 hits, 5 home runs, and was it 1 or 2 grand slams in there? Was there 2? 2. 13 RBIs and a 429 average, a 1464 OPS.
Is
This
that
in the
good?
last 7 days. I think it's kind of
I
okay.
think that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Like whatever
Yeah.
he's doing, like he's
The
whatever he's
internet likes
eating.
to say, "Unc still got it."
Oh,
Yeah.
still got
Uncle George is out there doing things. It's awesome. It's so much fun to watch. And so on the broadcast yesterday, Dan mentioned it. I've been thinking about it for a while now. Ever since he got his Hartford Whalers gloves, he's been going off.
the Connecticut
And
connection. Yeah.
I mean, it has a little bit to do with the DHing, obviously. Um, it gives him time to prepare for the at bats and energy for the at bats. And he is being the OP, man. Like stealing bases, also not just getting hits. He's he's playing baseball like he's 25, not 35.
Yeah, he's totally rejuvenated, and I don't know if it's just like a level of health thing. I mean, if you notice the Hartford Whalers gloves also match the gigantic TD Bank corporate patch that they wear on the sleeve. So the drip is matching the whole thing, it's bringing everything
Oh yeah,
together. I think it's like the rug in the Big Lebowski, like it really
it really
really
brings
ties
the
the
room
room
together,
together.
man.
Anyway, George Springer is leading the way with and super timely hits when he get those, like they're big hits and they're coming at amazing
Huge.
times in games for us.
Like none of these home runs are wall scrapers either. Like he's crushing.
Yeah, and you see it when he swings that bat on those swings. As soon as he makes those swings, you're like, oh, did he just do it again?
Yeah.
Boom, boom. And you're like,
He's getting
yep,
fastballs when he thinks he's going to get fastballs, and he's just selling out for them and absolutely mashing them. And
100%.
it's been so fun to watch,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
it's been so fun. Like after last year, especially where he had a really down year, and he had a terrible spring training, and we all thought like, oh man, it's going to be the same thing again.
is it an age thing?
He
We're like, is
hasn't
this
been
the
bad
age
at
thing?
all this year, and
Yeah,
right now he's absolutely on fire.
yeah, yeah. Love it. Love it.
Love it.
I'm here for whatever, as long as it lasts. I kind of wish that I don't think I think he's done on All-Star votes. I don't think that that happened for him.
Yeah, I think
It was a little too late on maybe getting going on
I
that thing,
think there's
but
a chance he could slide in there with like the coach picks and stuff like that.
because he
Um,
could he really, like, he would
he
not be
certainly
out of this.
deserves it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
at the very least, I expect him to be player of the week this week. Dan mentioned that during the game today. I think he's totally right. It, who else has been better in the American League over the last 7 days?
I'm gonna go with nobody, Logan. I'm gonna mark that on my card. Nobody. And yeah, well, maybe one guy.
Oh,
The other guy we're talking about is Addison Barger. Kid has figured it out, man. There's he's like he looks like an everyday
so
guy. You got to have him on the field almost every day at the way
8
he's
for
going.
23 this week. He's got a 1.096 OPS this week. Batting 348, slugging 696. Like, wow, George was slugging 964. That's insane.
And the second on the
696
team this
is
week.
huge.
Second on the team
Second
this
on the
week
team.
with
Yeah.
RBIs, on the 9 RBIs. Like, important.
He's just right behind Springer in basically everything this week.
Yeah.
And the only reason we're not like just losing our minds about how amazing Addison Barger is, which we kind of are, because he walked one off and he made a couple of great plays to finish the game off today. He's right there behind Springer. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like
Springer things, we'd be talking about Barger the same way we were talking about.
The outfield assist of the throw out of Trout at home plate today.
Was so sweet.
The kid
That was so sweet.
He knew exactly the way to approach the ball on the fly ball, on the run almost, and put everything right on a rope. He didn't tail at all.
The perfect hop, like a nice long hop for Kirk to like get it, bang. Yeah, he had like clearly a nice 4-seam grip.
Yeah.
Just kid's got an absolute cannon for an arm, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's fun to watch him throw guys out from the outfield. It's fun to watch him throw guys out from third base too, but like that outfield throw was just spectacular.
Yeah,
I love those.
He's super capable at either of those spots, and for me, he's earning every day at bats some way or another. Until he proves that he doesn't deserve
like
it. Like
he's not a platoon hitter anymore. He's in the lineup. Has to be in the lineup. Righty, lefty, does not matter.
And since we even talked last week, when we'll be talking about him having to really figure out the curveball, and he's starting to hit curveballs out of the park. So all of a sudden, that's not the weapon that it was against him. And if he continues on that pace, sure, there will be adjustments to what he's doing. And he'll go through some more periods.
I mean, that's baseball, right? You go back and forth. Pitchers adjust, hitters adjust. Pitchers adjust, hitters adjust.
But the kid is, I'll take it all day, man.
All day. Everything he's got going on. It has been great.
We were chatting last week about whether or not he has exceeded his time for his major league service time for rookie status.
Yeah.
And he did that last year after the call-up, shortly after midseason. So... makes sense. He already had 69 games in the can, so whatever.
Too bad because he's having such a great season.
He would be really in the running for Rookie of the Year, but he's our young player of the year at the moment, and you need that kind of contribution for any kind of
like a inexpensive, controllable guy that's like productive and like helping out the big league team. That's huge.
Yeah,
it's so big.
For any kind of meaningful run, if you can make it in the postseason, you got to have a couple of those young guys making those big contributions and kind of playing above their years, and he's doing it right now.
Yes,
so, love it. What else to you? What is standing out? Like, God, dude.
I mean, so we got to shout out the. There's been some great pitching, right? So we got to shout out some great pitching. I'm gonna butcher his name. Estrada that came in yesterday. The rookie that came in made his major league debut, 4 amazing innings.
Yeah.
Can you say the name so I don't butcher it?
Lazaro. It's Lazaro Estrada.
Lazaro. Okay. So he came in yesterday and just had a great day, right? Like really helped out the bullpen. The loss of Jimmy Garcia again to an ankle injury, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like that's some bad news. It's just back to kind of business as usual, I guess, in the bullpen of late. Like Yariel Rodriguez is going to get a little more high leverage, and that's been fine. He's been really doing well.
Yeah.
Gosman, 100 and some pitches today to like go as long as he could.
Yeah, Bassett the other day with his like 120. Like, what did he throw?
Yeah,
like,
he just like, man, he just like dug deep and like went as far as he could. It's been great to see the starters. Even when they're not having their best days, right? Like Bassett did not have his best day.
Yeah.
But he's hung in there, got him through it, got him far enough to get the bullpen in there and get the victory, right? So I think, I've criticized Schneider in the past for the management of the bullpen. I still don't think it's 100% awesome, but it's definitely better, even with the injuries that are out there. And,
what they're
Hoffman
doing
has been a little better.
Hoffman has been a little bit more predictably stable.
Yeah.
So you feel better running him out there in the high leverage, and that's great. It was a little bit worrisome for a while, but and we'll probably, I think if the MO is, if it's kind of like the book on him seems to be, he is that guy. He's going to go through
Yeah,
some
well,
down
this is the first time
periods.
he's truly been a closer,
Yeah. So,
right? And he's 50-50 right now.
I mean, and he's 20 saves in 24 opportunities, something like that. So it's, you know, it sucks. It sucks when there's a save blown. It hurts.
Big time.
But he's by far not the worst in the league. He's one of the better ones in the league right now. So we'll take what he's given us. And all of a sudden, with our rotation, we almost feel like if these other guys that, you know, like if the Bowden Francises of the world and the Manoas of the world can be good, we become a much deeper pitching team.
Yes.
Going down the stretch, and that can be huge. We don't know what our lineup is our rotation's gonna be if we make it to the postseason, and how we're gonna get there. But I would be willing to bet that we're gonna get a contribution from at least those two pitchers, maybe more, in the starting roles before the end of the season comes. I hope Scherzer stays healthy, and
well, and he
Eric
seems
Lauer,
to think that having the extra day will help him out a lot.
Right.
And yeah, Lauer's contributions can't go unnoticed. Like, he's been great too.
It's great to have the stability out of the rotation.
Like, you know what you're going to get basically
Yeah.
out of Lauer. Five innings,
Yeah.
pretty solid. You know, like, it's worth
Yeah.
he's a really serviceable fifth starter, and that's exactly what we needed.
Yeah. So
And
I
then,
mean,
trade deadline, it's only a few weeks away.
so okay, so this is the question we were talking about last night. You get to the trade deadline, you're in a position like we're in right now, first place in the AL East, and you're like, we have a chance to really push for the playoffs and then maybe even have a run. So you want to improve. But when you have a team like this that's vibing this way, what's the risk? Because what's the risk of taking the wrong guy out in a deal, and maybe you technically improve yourself on paper, but you ruin your chemistry and your sort of the magic that you have. That I feel like is kind of the territory that we're in right now with the way the team feels.
I don't think anybody's going to be upset if you bring in a legit starting pitcher, like a dude, like an ace, right? Like a guy that's going to be your ace now. And there's a couple available. And that makes like a Scherzer Lauer piggyback thing, right? So Scherzer goes 4, maybe 5, Lauer goes the next couple if he has, like something like that, right?
Sure.
And that makes us a World Series team.
I'm less concerned about the pitcher and more concerned about the impact of taking like a position player that comes in and
I don't think they'll go get a position player.
This is my question. That's what I mean,
should,
though, right?
But
like,
I don't think they will.
Like often you would go for like for the last several years, like, man, we need a bat, we need a power bat, we need this power bat. I mean, who knows when Santander comes back and he's healthy.
So he just got transferred to the 60-day IL in the last couple of days here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we're going to see him back for a while.
Right. Okay. But maybe he's back really, really late in the season. Maybe we have him for the playoffs, and because of that part of the year, maybe he's firing on all cylinders, and he's like actual like late summer Santander kind of guy. That would be amazing to have. But all I'm saying is that I think that there's a risk of wrecking your chemistry if you do go and try and get that bat, because you're getting it done right now. And maybe you can't depend on that all the time, but I mean, I think that this is the way they built this team on purpose.
Yeah, totally. And I'm not as worried about chemistry. I think if you go and get a guy that you know is going to help win, the team knows he's going to help you win. They're not going to be like, oh, bummer, we got this new guy on the team. Like, you know, like we lost Andres Jimenez, went down to injury, right? How long is he going to be gone for? Do we need to bring in like another infielder or something like that? I don't know. Joey Loperfido had a good day today, but there's a reason he hasn't been in the major leagues yet this year, because we've got plenty outfielders.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I don't see them going after a bat, so I don't think it's going to be a concern. But also, if they do go get a player, they're not going to go get like a bench guy and lose like another key guy that we already have. Like, we don't need something like that, right?
No.
Unless they're going to get some sort of superstar that is absolutely raking. I don't see them. I don't see them doing it. You'd have to make a really blockbuster move to make it worth it for the team. You know what I mean? Like
100%. If that's where like when I think make the calculation of when would I be willing to mess with the chemistry that they've built on the team right now. And it's like, okay, if I'm getting a bona fide superstar, and I'm giving up, maybe some up and coming pieces, and maybe a roster player. I don't know what I'm giving up for him, but this is a player that maybe I can have some control for a couple more years with his bona fide star. I'm like, okay, I will consider that deal, but for now, because they're getting it done, I'm kind of like that. You're right. I don't like they have enough good.
I want to see
players.
pitching at the trade deadline.
Yeah, like they have enough good defensive players to fill in. With Jimenez going down at second, well, you've got enough good infielders to play middle infield that also are hitting well. Why do you need to go get a different one and give up assets needlessly if you don't need to?
So like it's got to be the right situation. Like you said, it's got to be a controllable player. It's got to be like a legit high level star, and there isn't. I don't know who is available on the market that fits that bill anyway. I don't think it's a lot of people. So I just think that they'll be in the pitching market. They'll be looking for another closer to add to the situation, or like high leverage reliever to add to the situation, and possibly like better number 5 starter. Yeah. Or an ace that just knocks everybody down on the spot.
Right. I mean, and you could see potentially if you picked up a player of that caliber, that the going back the other way would potentially be a Bassett or something like that, where you're losing the asset. So
potentially, if it's a rental, you're probably not giving up anybody out of your rotation. Like if it's an ace and you're thinking about the
3-month guy. If you're thinking about the postseason though, and you're thinking you don't need 5 in the postseason, you need maybe 4 for a rotation in the postseason. And so if you bumped it, then you go, okay, well you have Gausman and Barrios and hopefully Scherzer. Then the new ace would, so you've got a really solid 4 starters for playoff games, and you're losing the asset anyway. So I feel like in that situation, maybe. But then I'm like worried, like Bassett's a core part of this team right now. There. So it's really a weird, there's a long way to go.
Like, got to get there. Cannot rely on Scherzer being okay. Just can't.
That's a huge gamble, right? Yeah, for sure.
Right? Like, you can't take that risk. Yeah. I think if you're smart, you plan on him not being okay. So
I agree.
I still think a starter is where their main focus should be at the trade deadline. And I hope they don't do nothing.
Starter and then maybe a middle leverage kind of reliever,
or
another high leverage reliever.
I think high leverage, right? Like, because look at all these 1-run games, come from behind games, like close games that we're like winning, and at home, right? Like, so I mean, some of them have been non-save situations, but a lot of them are save situations. And you got Rodriguez going out there, and then Hoffman going out there, and then Jimmy getting hurt, and I just think another high leverage guy that can be used 6 through 9.
It gives them more flexibility for managing multiple days in a row with having close games, and their bullpen, like yesterday when it felt like we're in extra inning. Like I did not have the faith that they had in like Braden Fisher, and like, oh my goodness, who are we bringing up?
Who's been a stud, right?
And he has been, right? He's been great. We're in kind of one of those record season territories right now. Top 8 level, like something like that of overall wins, but in your first 90 games, like the 55 wins in the 92 season or 93 season, one of those was the most ever after 90. So we're in that kind of territory right now, and that causes a buzz that makes people excited. So
They're on pace
anyway,
for 90 wins, and none of us thought they'd get 90 wins this year at the start of the season. So
I think we both
it's
said
been a
something about 84.
pleasant surprise so far.
Yeah, so we'll take that if that comes.
Yeah.
But we should probably cut her off, leave her there,
Yes.
and we will
We'll,
keep on watching for next week and hope the Jays can continue rolling like this. Hard to imagine they can continue this good, but
let us know what you think the Jays should target at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Because I think next week or maybe the week after, we'll have an episode about that, considering the All-Star game is coming up very soon.
Yeah. And until next week, we will see you guys then, I guess. Okay, take care, guys. Peace.
Go Jays.